Yes. Greetings and welcome to Small Business Power, the show that is all about helping you to understand the important role that small business plays in our economy, in our communities, and the important role it can play for you. I'm Cheyenne Kramer, and this is my better half.
Don Kramer. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day.
Absolutely. And today we thought we would head down a slightly different path than what we often talk about because, this guy's story is a good reason to talk about this. We're calling today's show The Power of Taking More Control Over Your Health. How important is that, honey?
Very important.
Yeah, I would say so. You know, I think entrepreneurs are some of the most at-risk people in the world just because so many of the small businesses out here, if our health goes down, so goes the income.
Definitely.
Unless you figured out how to build one of those companies that kind of sort of almost runs itself. And there's a number of ways to do that out here too. But regardless, we all should be learning more about how to take control over our own health so that we can maintain our businesses and be able to live in more health, more wealth, and more peace. Because yes, it's also about peace of mind, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. So, for those of you who may not have heard it before, dear, you care to tell anything about your story, about your exit from your business and, what kind of went on there and why?
Well, the exit part is, I think, very important. The reason why I had to sell my business was because of health. When you're hitting possibility and to using a wheelchair for life,
Hmm.
uh, it can be pretty scary because everyone knows I don't use a wheelchair, but I didn't know till afterwards that there's ways that you can, stay healthy.
This is true. This is true. And here's the real sad fact, folks. And so many people don't stop to think about this. And maybe I'm going to say there's a lot of people who don't know this. Our current medical system does some great things. I'm not going to say it doesn't. If you're in an accident, I was in the hospital one time after a car accident, and I'm glad there were people there to help make sure that I was put back together correctly and that there wasn't any hidden injuries and things of that nature. Things of that nature are important. But here's where my concern is. And if you guys are curious about more information about this, hold that up, honey, so they can see it. There's much more information in our book about what we're going to talk about. Because here's the facts. Many years ago, there were people with great wealth who happened to own a lot of chemical companies. Today, we might call them pharmaceutical companies. And they were the ones who put up the money for our medical schools in this country. What do you think they wanted them to teach? That was the beginning of the chemical-based medical school. And again, I'm not saying there's not some good things that have come out of the chemical companies. There definitely have been. Antibiotics have been an incredibly important thing. There's a number of others that have been quite important too, and there's probably some in your mind that have been important. But here's the challenge as we see it, and what we want you to understand is that when you're living in a system where you're not even supposed to be allowed to investigate, let's just call them God-based cures, God-based treatments, because they can't possibly be as good as the man-made ones coming out of a chemical company. It's like, what is happening to our society? And really, hold up the book again, honey. I want you to understand the core of this book is we want you to understand that there is way too much, and you should understand this, but there is way too much. You can put it down now. We want to see your darling face. Way too much of an unholy alliance between politicians and chemical companies. There just is. And because of that, we've all been either encouraged to look at God-based remedies as ineffective, quackery, not to be trusted, and downright dangerous. Have we not seen that before?
Yes. I would like to continue a little bit more about my story.
Please.
Well, let me ask you a question. You remember what pain medication they gave me at the VA hospital?
Well,
Oxy.
oxycodone, yeah.
Did you know, folks, that leads to using the big H?
For some people, it does.
It's quite a few.
If they can't get their hands on the legal variety.
Right. And I noticed while taking that, I wasn't getting any better. I actually took myself off of it cold turkey. And that was the best thing I could do.
There you go. There you go. You know, and that is a huge problem.
Right.
In fact, supposedly a whole lot more people ended up drug addicted last year.
And the other thing, what helped me? I met a gentleman who did a wonderful thing on me. Also taught me a lot.
Yes.
About really what your body wants, needs. Your body really doesn't want synthetic drugs. It wants natural, natural, and natural. And believe it or not, I actually listened to this guy, which, I did my research. And lo and behold, it didn't take me long to really change everything. From going from a walker to running 5K.
It's true.
And I'm out of spring chicken.
You do pretty well, though.
Yeah, so I can usually stay 30-year-olds. So easy.
It was only a year ago we were mountain climbing in Tennessee and had 20-year-olds saying they wanted to be like you when they grew up. And why is that? It's because we learned about the fact that our bodies require 60 different minerals a day. And here's a sad fact, folks. You can go into any local drugstore, you can go into your local Walmart, your Costco, whatever, and pick up a multivitamin and look and see how many minerals are listed on that.
You can go to nutrition stores and find the same thing.
It's true.
You can pay more money at these nutrition stores than drugstore or Walmart. And you'll find maybe if you're lucky, 20 minerals.
Oh, that would be unusual.
Very unusual.
Most of the time, if there's 4 or 5, you did really well.
You might find 10, but if you're lucky, you find 20. But still,
way under the 60 we need.
That's not 60. No, it's not. It's 1/3 or less. And which to go back to our soil growing food. You think you can get your nutrition from food? Did you know these commercial farms, they put in 4 minerals? That's it.
That's it.
It makes the vegetables, the crop, look good.
Yeah.
Oh, they look beautiful, but they're not nutrition. They're not the way nature intended fruits, vegetables to look and feel and taste. Taste, and that's important. That's how you used to get your nutrition, but since soil's been depleted, and I hate to tell you folks that think organic's better, it's better, but you're still not going to get all your nutrition you need. It just can't get it from the soil that's depleted.
That's it.
And even if you're adding, you go out and buy fertilizer and so. I used to do a lot of gardening. And when I added nutrients, which you have to for the ground, you still wouldn't get 60. I didn't know any better at the time. Boy, it's great when you get education and you learn something.
Well, and going back to the original point of this particular show is we want more people to understand that when you start getting those 60 minerals into your body every day, you will be shocked at how much control you now have over your health. I mean, we've seen symptoms of all kinds of things be reversed with people.
Mhm.
I mean, symptoms related to high blood pressure, symptoms related to diabetes, symptoms related to all kinds of things.
Even cancer.
Ugh, yes, we should be careful about talking
We're
about too
not
many
saying
of
it's a
these.
cure,
We're not calling cure,
but
but
you can
we are
surely help
saying
yourself. And
you can take more control, because here's what we believe, and we've seen it. The sky is the evidence. If your body gets more of what the Creator intended for you to have, He has set your body up to do a lot of its own healing. I'll say that again. If your body gets what it really needs on an ongoing basis, and you can't get it from our food anymore, if it gets what it needs on an ongoing basis, it sets your body up to heal in the way that the Creator intended. I mean, I've had a number of cuts on my fingers here recently, but I don't even see them anymore. Why is that? Because they heal.
they heal. The body will heal itself if given the right tools.
Got to have the right tools. And, I'm sorry, but 14 pharmaceuticals is not the right tools. In fact, the gentleman we partner with, Dr. Joel Wallach, I think he said that the only medication that has ever cured anything is antibiotics. Think about that. It's the only thing that's ever cured anything. So, but we get told all the time the only thing that cures anything is, either cutting you open or chemicals. And how does, how unnatural and why have we totally bought into that idea? Totally bought into
It's
it.
the we say so government said so.
We say so. That's right. So you better listen. You better believe it. But yes, there are a lot of people who set up our system to make sure that they continued to have ridiculous amounts of profits.
I have a question.
What's that?
All these doctors out here, how many doctors you see living to be 100 years old? I don't know of any. If they hit 75, they're
They did
considered
well.
senior. But how about all these people that are over 100 years old? There's thousands, tens of thousands, not 50,000s or better, 100,000 seniors that 100 years or older. But yet you can't find a doctor that's 100 years old.
Gee, it sounds like you might be referring to a book that was written many years ago, and there's been CDs and cassette tapes and everything else about it. It's called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Most people have never even heard of that book. Those who have go, oh, I heard about that 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's
Yep.
like, yeah. Well, in case you haven't read it, let us give you the thumbnail sketch. Basically, it was written by the gentleman that we work with, Dr. Joel Wallach. And in there, his research showed, and this was around in the 1990s, so it was a while back. I don't think things have changed much, though. But way back then, his research showed that the average age of an MD at death was 58.
Wow.
You older than
By a year or two.
that? I'm older than that.
Oh no, you don't look a day over 40.
But here's the deal. It's like if they could only last to 58, and again, I haven't ask Doc if he's done any recent research to see if it's changed much. But if they couldn't live to more than 58, why are we looking to them for advice to be able to live longer?
Good question. I don't. And I'm older than that 58.
It's amazing because again, our body has, if you think about the last time you cut your finger, the last time that you stubbed your toe, even, good Lord, there's so many things that, given some time, and to make sure, of course, I guarantee it's harder for somebody who's really malnourished. There's people in
Mm.
countries much worse off than we are in terms of not getting any food. But the more of the right kind of nutrition you have, the faster you heal, and the more effectively you heal, and the more that you're able to get up and go. People are always asking you how you have so much energy. When they find out how old you are, they're kind of shocked.
Yeah, they think I'm at least 20 years younger.
And it's like, well, if you really are wondering why we're on the road and we're doing so many things, we're climbing mountains and waterfalls and into gorges and doing all kinds of stuff at the same time we stay pretty active in business. Why? It's because we learned about how the creator designed us to live a healthier, happier life. And I'll tell you one of the main reasons why I felt like we needed to talk about this today. I teach a class called Find Your Song and Sing It, Finding or Creating Work You Love. And the sad truth is, we know people all across this country,
Mhm.
who have a song in their heart that they want to be putting out here in the world. For a lot of them, they should be building a business around whatever that is, because it's designed to be a gift to the world that would help create more health, more wealth, and more peace. And the number one reason, what do you think? What's the number one reason people aren't living their song?
I'm scared.
Well, okay, so what's the number two? If they overcome the fear, what else is stopping them? Think. What are we talking about?
There you go.
It's their health
Yeah,
problems.
health is right. That's important. I mean, I lost a business because of health, but we're back. I mean, we lost more than just business. We lost a lot of stuff because of health, but guess what? We're back. We actually took time to do the research, learn what you need to know. Don't listen to people until you check them out.
That's it.
I mean, even Dr. Wallach, I had to check things because it seemed like that was just too easy, I guess, what most people would say. But then I did the research, found out like doctors will tell you you need more vitamin D, more vitamin D. Well, here's a hint. Vitamin D doesn't work by itself. You need other vitamins and you need several minerals to make that vitamin D work. And I actually did the research to find that out. I was told that, but I'm kind of stubborn. But now
No.
when it comes to certain people, after I've checked them out and redid the research, found out they're right, now I listen.
That's it. And the research of the doctor that we're working with is equivalent to over 20,000 autopsies that he has documented the parallels between mineral deficiencies and diseases in the body. He has shown without a shadow of a doubt over and over again, when you're lacking A, B, C, D minerals, you get A, B, C, D diseases. And he has also proven over and over again that he can help the body to heal itself by providing the right minerals. And, I mean, even an NBA player, Theo Ratliff, I don't even know who he played for, but I
Couple different teams,
know
but
he was in the NBA.
he's a big guy, almost 7 feet tall.
Yep, we've met him.
Yes, indeed.
And, yeah, looking way up at him. He was told his NBA career was over with because his knees were shot. And somebody referred him to Dr. Wallach, and Dr. Wallach said, "Give me 90 days." He said, "I promise you, we can get you playing basketball again." And 90 days later, Theo was back playing, and He ended up with another 10 years
Yes.
in the NBA after being told he was done.
And he was very, very good player.
Good player.
So
And very grateful to Dr.
oh
Wallach.
yes. In fact, he actually joined Dr. Wallach in some things.
He has. He is a spokesperson for Dr. Wallach's company.
Yeah.
So, I want you to understand, if you're an entrepreneur or thinking about being an entrepreneur, or even if you just have a burning desire in your heart, in your soul, to make a difference out here, and you're not doing it because of health concerns, stop. You don't have to put up with all that. You have choices, but you're going to have to learn something new, because sad truth is, we don't know what we don't know.
That's true.
And given that chemical companies set up all these school systems to teach you chemicals, not to teach you God's remedies, you need to find the people who have taken the time to understand God's remedies. And that's why we love Dr. Wallach and the research that he has done.
Let me say one thing to everybody out there. If you're interested in starting your own business, but don't know what to do, contact us. We're here to help you. We've started businesses. Like I said, I had an office equipment company. I started from scratch. I mean, from scratch. But after the first week, when I made more money and I was being paid, I said, I think this is the way to go. So, yes, we know how to start businesses. We can help you.
Well, and we can help more people to get healthy.
That's the next
You've
thing I was
just
going to say.
you gotta, get the can opener out and pry open your head and allow some new information in there. Just be willing to explore. Be willing to investigate. 8:45 every Monday night, we have the ability to connect you direct with Dr. Wallach. Guess what? Through Zoom, he's making house calls.
Yep. And I hate to see what he would charge an hour.
Oh my God.
For a
This
house
is like
call.
showing up for this hour on Monday night is equivalent to at least $100 worth of his time. At least. He's really worth a lot more than that.
Yes.
But, I'm sure that most naturopaths are charging at least $100 an hour. For a house call, it'd probably be $200 or $300. So understand that. You can, if you check in with us, we can hook you up any Monday night to be able to get your own house call with Dr. Wallach. If you've got a health challenge and it's stopping you from being, doing, and having what you want to be, do, and have in the world, reach out to us. We'll connect you.
Yep. We can connect a lot of ways. I mean, we do a lot of different things. We do know a lot about health. We do know a lot about business. So really, pick our brains. It doesn't cost anything. Yeah, use us.
Absolutely. So, if you get nothing else out of this, understand that there is just as much value, maybe even more,
Yes.
in terms of God's remedies that are already on the planet. When you take those and then you can use man's remedies in whatever way that it makes sense to combine them, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not fully understanding what God has put on this planet and how he has intended for your body to be able to do a better job of healing itself, then you are missing out on some of the most important information that you could ever have. And some of that information, again, you can find right here. So, we'll make sure there is a link to this book under our video. But we're also probably, maybe we should we put a link to Fred's Zoom for Monday nights, and just in case somebody decides they want to click on it?
You can. You can do all that. We're here to help people. Period.
Yep, that's true. That's true. So yeah, we'll even give you the Zoom link if you want to come out on a Monday night, 8:45 Eastern time, and be able to have your own house call
And
with
have
the doc.
information how if they want to get hold of us. That information needs to be put on there too.
Yep. Absolutely. So there will be a couple of links that you can take a look at, and hopefully something here has helped you to start to feel something different, think something different, understand that there's a large body of knowledge out there that perhaps you have not been exposed to. And unfortunately, it's really got a whole lot to do with these political systems that have made it so that you don't even understand all that God has given to you. It's been great chatting with you this week, folks. We'll see you again next week on Small Business Power.
Have a great week.
Absolutely. Take care.